I need to create, and this is one way I'm going to be creating. Just to catch you up to speed on what I've been up to, I've been doing some brain research. I'm not going to tell you where because that's not something I feel comfortable talking about on the internet. The basic premise is that I'm doing human brain research to see how we form memories and how we are able to understand the space around us and encode that spatial information, and how are we able to put other people into our understanding of our surroundings. So as you can imagine, this is a very complicated thing to do, and the more I read about it and the more I try to figure out if other people have done something similar to this, the more I find that yeah, there's a lot more reading to do. So we come up on this idea that I've been thinking about for a little while. And this is the idea that in science research, the majority of the thing you are doing is collecting data. But actually, it's not about experimentally collecting data. It's more about reading papers to collect data points about how to best design your study. So what that means is that we have to go through a lot of paper to really get down to the idea, the clean, precise protocols that we can come up with to actually do the work and collect the data and then analyze it. And the thing that I've been thinking about is that, yeah, it's great reading a lot of papers and just being a wallflower to the scientific research community. But I also have an innate desire to create. I feel the happiest when I am creating. And I think that's a pretty similar story to a lot of people as well. I think people like to create. If not for that, then people would not have enjoyed Twitter as much because people would not care about putting their thoughts and their words out into the internet, shouting into the void, into the uncaring and unfeeling space. So here I am shouting into that same void, except I do it not to hear anything back from the void. I do not do it to be seen by the void, but just because the act of seeing into the void itself is so rewarding to me. And that's kind of how I feel about research sometimes too. You know, it's like you go into it thinking, oh, I'm going to do all this exciting research. I'm going to be doing all these different experiments and talking to people and collecting data and whatever. But in the end, a lot of what I do is staring into that void and thinking, okay, where do I go from here? And that's fine. That's fine. It's just part of what it means to be doing research, I guess. But I actually really enjoy that aspect, but not as much as I enjoy creating. So this channel's gonna act as some sort of vlog, whatever. I don't know. It's just a free form channel. I'm gonna do whatever. I'm gonna do whatever. And that means I have some song ideas that I want to write and actually do and create. I have some stories that I want to tell, and hopefully, you know, it'll be worth a watch or two or whatever. I don't know. I don't honestly. I don't really expect anyone's gonna watch this or listen to me or care about what I say. So, but the main reason I'm doing this is sort of a self-satisfaction thing. It's more that I really like talking about the things that I want to talk about. I enjoy being passionate about stuff because passion is such a it's not an easy thing to come by nowadays. There's something about the current atmosphere of the world that it makes it very difficult to really be passionate about something, because there is always that next thing to become passionate about. And if that passion is not coming from within us, then what is that passion? So this is going to be a channel that maybe talks about some brain research, some fascinating papers that I find along the way, but also about my own journey through life. And maybe it will feel authentic enough. And sometimes I do think, like, am I just feeding into the culture that is the internet, the dead internet that it is? Maybe it's going to be nothing. Maybe I'm going to post this one video and then not post anything ever again. That's always a possibility. But the reason why I do want to do this is because I do want to do something. And that's something that I can talk about in a different video. But I just came back watching One Battle After Another. It's a new movie, and it's worth a watch. In the end, I feel like that movie to me is talking about how people matter, who people are matters, and what they do and what they believe in, their motivations, and sometimes it matters so much that it affects entire communities. I don't know where I was going with that. It's just a thought that came to me. So yeah, you can see me copying Vlog Brothers sort of editing style, but because I think it works. I think it genuinely works because I could be talking literally in the same position for an hour, but that's not going to be interesting enough. It's not going to be engaging enough unless I put in these quick cuts and make it look like I'm talking constantly, but still giving enough change for your brain to hold on to and think, okay, this is not that boring. So this is me just putting in my hat in the ringer and just trying something new with my life. I don't really know where it's going to go. And I'm not super satisfied with the way things are set up here, but hopefully it will give you enough visual stimuli for you to hang on to something so you can listen to me for, I don't know, 5 minutes. Yeah, besides that, I've also been trying out new churches, and I might talk a little bit about that as well, the different churches I've been to. I'm not going to mention them by name because I'm not comfortable with that being out in the internet either. So thank you for watching whatever this was. And there's going to be other stuff. I might bring up some cool stuff that I have around the room. Like I have a bunch of cool stuff, as you can see here. Maybe I'll do some magic tricks. Maybe I'll do a couple of songs. Maybe I'll I don't know, review movies that I've watched that I found particularly enjoying. Stick around or don't. I don't care. I'm doing this for me, not you. Oh, and if you're wondering about the cool shirt that I'm wearing, this is something from the American Red Cross. Go donate blood or platelets. There's always a constant need for blood and platelets. So please, if you have some time during the weekend or whenever that you can just drop by your local blood donor center and donate blood, please do so, because there's always a need. There's always a need, and you can. That's a real change that you can do in your own community. That's a real action that you can partake in. What is living without doing? Okay, but with that, for real, bye.